Hello, everybody. It's your boy once again, Sam, aka the Train Mother Main. My auto racks and bottle racks. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Ooh.
So I tried to do a little more subdued intro this time. Change it up a bit. Again, if you don't like my intro or the noises or whatever, well, I can't help you. Wish I could help you, but I'm glad you're here. So before I do anything, I just wanted to show off these new Microtrains center beam cars I got with Georgia Pacific loads. Super stoked on those. And then I've also received my first ever auto racks. As most of you would probably guess and know, they are super expensive. Probably for the individual price, the most expensive N scale piece of rolling stock you can grab besides locomotives. So I got a great price on 3 of them and just had to buy. So I did, and I love them. They're detailed and really swaggy. So the reason we are here today, like I said, I'm trying to keep this tradition of Tuesday uploads alive. It's been working out well so far. Like I said, I can't necessarily maintain it forever, but generally speaking, as long as I can, every Tuesday, look out for a new video. And if there wasn't one the previous week or for 2 weeks, I'm always going to upload from here on out on Tuesdays. So for the time being, it's going to be Tuesdays, and in the future, it will always be Tuesdays. So even if it's been 3 or 4 weeks since I put up a video, check on Tuesdays, and we'll see if we're back yet. So those are super nice. Now that the fascia is installed and complete, all I have to do is reinforce where the seam is just to make sure they stay together long term, which is just some glue and a couple grips, simple stuff. The next logical and, in my opinion, final step for completing the bench work is to install the backdrop. So again, in my book, bench work consists of building the frame, or however you're going to actually construct the layout, and then getting your base down, whatever is going to be considered ground level. And then again, I consider the fascia and backdrop part of the bench work. Reason for that is, in my book, I'm not gonna start to attempt any scenery at all, or any laying of industries and buildings or towns or whatever you're looking to add on until you know how everything is going to sit and be placed as far as the actual structure of your layout. So once this backdrop's in, then if mountains are going to come off, or I'm going to have a town and a road, or even if you're going to paint or put a photo backdrop, you can't really, or I guess you can, but it's not going to be efficient to start designing, or at least enacting the design you desire until that's all complete. So I have a new idea for a backdrop. I've already tested the theory, and I will explain it now. On all of my old layouts, the backdrop was permanent and affixed, meaning if I ever wanted to take it apart, or if I ever needed to get back to do some track maintenance or other odds and ends, it would ruin or destroy the integrity of the layout, as well as require putting in a new backdrop. So for example, if I had, let's just say, a mountain or a cliff rocky foam face here, I'd put the foam in and affix it to the backdrop, and the backdrop was affixed permanently. I'd put a slit in the foam and secure it that way, or glue it or nail it, screw it somehow to the actual benchwork. I want the backdrop to be removable for a couple reasons. A, when I go to move, I want to be able to just pull the fascia off, pull the backdrops off, and take these 2 tables apart, move them. And B, again, if I ever need to get back there to fix some track, replace some track, even just get I can clean the track with a track cleaning car, but even just to get back there to give it that nice, overall clean, I want it to be removable. So as you can see, this is just a scrap piece of masonite from the old layout. I still have to screw the fascia in completely. I just mounted it, but I didn't actually recess it 100%. So that's why it's bowing, but it's in its final place. But This was a scrap piece. I wanted to test my theory. So on this side, which will be the lumber mill side, I'm not gonna have a portal or anything. I'm gonna kind of have the main line disappear behind some rolling hills and trees and scenics, and it'll just go back. And then down at the mine side, I'm going to have a tunnel portal and rocky, in and out. I wanted to test my new theory, and what I did was I put the masonite on the table, cut out the portal so my longest and tallest cars have plenty of clearance on either side. It's always worth to measure it out ahead of time. And then I gave myself probably another third of the distance that I needed just to ensure clearance. And I bought, let's go see these real quick. I'll bring them out. I bought on Amazon 2 dozen of these little L brackets. I think they're 2 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches, something like that. 2 inches at least, not much more than 2 1/2. I think they're 2 1/4. I bought 2 dozen of these on Amazon for like $6.99, $7. I'll have more than I'll ever need. And I'm affixing the backdrop to the wall. I was laying in bed one night trying to think about how I want the backdrop to be removable while still having it be a part of the layout and not, ridiculous looking or unfunctional, non-functional. And I'm just going to, you can see that, I'm just going to affix them to the wall and then put in a screw right here. It's on the wall, it's on right here. It's straight, it's nice, and it's gonna stay. So what I realized in preparation for making this video is that I have 2 8-foot sections to cut portals out of. And then one of these needs to be cut a little bit short for this far side because the table's in total length is 15 foot 8 or 9 inches. So an 8-foot section will go here, and then a little bit shorter section will go over here. So I'm gonna try and get all of this done today. I can take this piece and just trace the portal on this first piece because even though this new section will be longer, the portal will be in the same place. So I did kind of save myself a little bit of time. I can trace that and cut it out and then affix the first piece ahead of time. And then I'll measure and cut the second piece and then I'll trace that portal, cut it out, and then we'll be done. So stick with me. I'm gonna do some time-lapse cutting, measuring all that crap that you've been seeing me do, and we'll go from there. So I also wanted to say too, on this new layout, I've been documenting it a lot more. I've actually been editing, not much, but at least taking the clips, chopping them up to save on dead space or wasted time or things you guys don't need to hear that aren't applicable, as well as make it flow better. So if you like the new style layout videos versus the old ones, which were just hit record for 27 minutes, whatever, and then upload it to YouTube, let me know. I know going to rewatch them, I enjoy these a lot more. It makes them better paced, more fun, more informative. And if I have 35 minutes of footage and I edit it down to 17 minutes with time lapses and cutting out crap that you guys don't need or care to see, I think that's a win for everybody. Safety glasses. If you're using your Dremel or any kind of saw or things that are going to shoot pieces of stuff everywhere, safety glasses. This base is 2-inch pink foam, and I never go higher than 3 sections for hills or mountains on an N scale layout, so it'll be 2, 4, 6 inches tall at the most. This is an 8-inch tall section, so I'll always have at least 2 inches, forget the trees and other stuff, but the ground level of the mountains will always leave me at least 2 inches of backdrop. And with those being secured in place to the layout, if I ever want to get behind them and clean the track without having to reach back there and go crazy, that extra 2 inches when I remove this it'll work wonders and it'll be more open. I won't have to, I'm recessing this as far back as I possibly can while giving the track plenty of clearance. I want it to be even the entire way. It's going to be millimeters off here and there, but it's roughly just under like 3/4 of an inch from the track itself. All right, so we've got both L brackets in place. I'm just running this little manifest to make sure I've got proper tunnel clearance. Like I said, down here is going to be rolling hills. It's just going to kind of disappear. Got the bracket in though. And then down here is going to be the mine scene, so it'll be a nice rocky cliff, tunnel portal, all that good stuff. So so what's next is secure the corners into the brackets and then secure the center pieces together. And we are pretty much done with the backdrop and fascia. So huge accomplishment. Very stoked. Let's get a bird's eye view. So from where I'm standing, it doesn't look that long or large of a layout, but it is. It's, like I said, you've heard me say it in every video 10 times. It's just under 16 feet. It's like 15.8 and change. And then it goes 2 feet deep. So with the backdrop about 2, maybe 3 inches from the wall, I've got, call it 20 to 21 inches of deck to play with. And that is a lot of space. It might not look like it, but it's a lot of space. So all right, well, wouldn't you know, everything is in place. Added a little bit of glue besides the screws just to keep it in place. So they're screwed in, and then I'm clamping them there. Just use white glue, just a little added strength. I put a little face plate. You can barely see it, but it's back there. Just with some white glue behind the center seam, so it's not visible at all. And then same thing down here. You watched me screw it in. Just added a little dab of white glue, and it'll just help hold the screws and the thread in place, not much. And like I said, if I ever need to pull it out, I'm backing out that screw, simply plucking, no pulling or forcing. Keep everything in place. So today is Thursday, March 31st. So I uploaded a video on Tuesday. I shot the fascia video yesterday, and then I shot this video today. So next Tuesday, you will see the fascia video. A week from Tuesday, so what will that even be? April 12th. You'll see the backdrop video. So again, I'm trying to keep to the schedule of every Tuesday as long as possible. Right now, I have, including this video, 2 more weeks worth, and I'm sure we'll keep going from there, but just trying to give you a rough idea. So I'm really happy with it. I think it looks super nice and flossy, especially, like I said, this is like my man cave, fishing cave, all that over here. I'm watching the calves right now, especially even just sitting in my thrones, multiple thrones, whatever you want to call it. And I like to just run trains in circles when I'm out doing ops or working on it. It's nice to just sit over there and look at it finished versus just pink paradise and 1x3s. So definitely another milestone. As far as I'm concerned now, the bench work is complete. So what's next, I suppose? Well, we'll get these videos up. Probably take a couple days and just let things settle. Start working on industry track placement, terrain, terraforming placement, roughly. I'll make videos on documenting how I'm going to mock all those in. And then from there, we'll start working on that stuff. Keep in mind, like I said, I'm trying to do every Tuesday for as long as possible. And if not possible, it'll still be upload Tuesday. So again, if there's a week or two without a video, just always check on Tuesdays. I will never upload on another day. Coming along, things are going good. I'm kind of ranting now. One thing I wanted to do on this layout again was document it more. Take my time. I've already taken my good old time. But I also didn't want to get burnt out on the construction and, being overwhelmed and, God forbid, spending too much money, which I've spent a lot of money lately. Don't tell my fiance. But even so, yesterday I guess the video you'll see next was the fascia video and then the backdrop video. So yesterday was a really long day. I went Tuesday night, they screwed up the wood. I worked hard, blah, 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 finished it yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And then tonight working on this, so that's the better half of the last 3 days. All of my free time, aside from work, sleep, exercise, and spending time with my fiance, has gone to the layout. I'm not gonna say I'm burnt out, but that's a lot of effort in a short amount of time. Sure, I accomplished a lot, but now that I'm at this achievement unlocked level, I can breathe for a few days. I've been able to run my trains for a while now. I can still run my trains for a while now, but I'm not going to immediately jump into laying more industry tracks, and I'm not going to immediately jump into doing scenics. I got touch-up stuff I can do, securing the rest of these screws, making sure this is all straight once the glue dries, etc., and we'll go from there. So I'm happy with the way the channel's growing. Just hit 1,000 subscribers, which I thought was the threshold to be able to monetize my channel, but I guess now I need 4,000 watch hours. I'm well over 2,000 watch hours. So if you would watch my videos on repeat or loop them or do whatever, help me monetize my channel. I don't think I'm gonna make hundreds of dollars a month. I mean, if I made $100 in a year from having a model railroad YouTube channel, I would be thrilled. But even if I make 1 cent a day, I'm getting paid to do train stuff. I do all these to help the community, to show people stuff, regular guy stuff, as well as, everyone does their own thing. So if I can give you guys an idea of what I'm doing and it helps, good enough. It is a lot of effort and time to make the layout, but also make and edit the videos. So every little bit will help. I do appreciate you guys. Tips or tricks, Tony Hawk style. If you see something you like or don't like, or want to comment or critique or chastise me, just do it. Help me comment, algorithm, all that. Join my Facebook group, Global HO N Scale Headquarters. There's a lot more words in there, but you'll find it. And see you guys sooner than later. So I appreciate everything up to this point. And Train Maine is here to stay. Out.